Today we read Deuteronomy chapter 15, verses 1 to 18. Confession time. I must confess that Deuteronomy is not top of the list of my favourite Bible books. However, this is a good bit, as they say. The law about the release of debt in the 7th year. It's an example of the humanitarian laws of the Old Testament, quite unusual in the ancient world. Every 7th year, any debts, any loans which have been given to help others survive must be cancelled. Imagine if that were to be applied to the developing world today. But in Deuteronomy it was limited to fellow Israelites, members of the community, anyone who might be classified as a neighbour, to ensure that they did not experience the most abject poverty. It's interesting that the writer wants to say both there can be no poverty amongst a people to whom God has gifted such a rich land, that's in verse 4, and also, but when need does arise, you must be open-handed in responding to it. That's verse 7 and 8. Do not be hard-hearted or tight-fisted towards your needy neighbour, it says. This is calling a spade a spade. Be careful that you do not entertain a mean thought. Give liberally and be ungrudging when you do so. This seems so modern and so completely applicable today. Perhaps that's because it's written in the full knowledge of human nature. And human nature doesn't change that much over the ages or between cultures. Christian Aid Week starts today. There's a link on the Cathedral website giving lots of information about it. And like most other charities, there is a particular need to respond this year, given the effects of the pandemic. Door-to-door collections are not allowed during the lockdown, and a large proportion of the annual income usually comes in this way. So do be open-hearted and open-handed this week for Christian Aid, and indeed reflect on all your giving, as much as your economic situation allows. Churches and cathedrals are losing income with no plate collections and no letting fees, and would be most grateful if people would switch their giving into gift-aided standing orders. The Church in Wales has a Gift Direct page where you can set this up and direct it to the church of your choice. Jesus, of course, picked up this Old Testament teaching about giving and built on it when he said, "Give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over, will be put into your lap. For the measure you give will be the measure you get back."